Hey, this is Jason Mott. If you want your baseball news, listen to One Cardinal, One Cub, and One Beer with JJ and Vince.
Welcome to our next episode of One Cardinal, One Cub, and One Beer, the August 25th, 2026 edition. How many of these episodes have we done now? We at 200 yet?
No, 192. This is 192 that I got in my book. That's a lot, Vince.
That's a lot. I figured
That's like
once or
13
twice
in dog
say,
years.
"Get out of here, you loser! I don't want to do anything with you."
I'm having more fun than ever. And one day I'm going to get halfway decent at this.
Oh, all right. Housekeeping. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can have our information as soon as it is posted. For those of you who are on Facebook, make sure that you like our Facebook page. And every week I do a baseball player and I put them up in cartoon form with this career highlights. And the first person who likes it or gets a hold of me and says, "Hey, the person is," last week it was Jack Armstrong, which is so obscure, but he did start an all-star game. And that's my one criteria, that they were once an all-star. And that was won by Ray Hartman. So,
Hooray!
right.
All right.
So I have two Ray Hartman friends. Ray
okay.
on here, and then I had Ray Hartman, who was on Camo X.
Yes.
And Ray, not our Ray, the
Yes.
other Ray, he passed away in a car accident not too long ago. But
I didn't know that.
yeah, he had me on a show once for an hour. And then I was going to do it again, and there was a scheduling conflict, and I never got back on there. And then I got out of.
Was he the Ray Hartman from that show, Donnybrook? They do on Channel 9?
Yeah, he created
Donnybrook. I love that show.
He was the founder of Riverfront Times. Great guy. Do you know Yale, don't you? Yale Hollander?
Yes.
Yeah, Yale, who's also been on Donnybrook. Yale was friends with Ray, and that's how he got me on Camo X on his show.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool because I did the show, and it's a Friday night show. Who's listening to the radio on a Friday night? So I do the show, and I have to be careful because I'm on the radio. I can't. He's like, "You got any recordings of bits that we could air?" I said, "I don't think so." So, so I did a few of the cleaner stuff just on the air. I didn't think, anybody was listening or anything. And then the next day, a guy who I hadn't heard of for years emailed me out of the clear blue sky. "I heard you on Camo X."
Our radio.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Oh, anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Ray Hartman won last week. If you'd like to contact us, you can do it through one of our platforms. Send us an instant message, or you can leave a comment, or you can get a hold of us through the old-fashioned email, onecard1cub1beer@gmail.com. JJ, how are you doing?
Man, Vince, doing great. What? Even though my Cardinals just fell flat in Philadelphia, I have enjoyed this season. I enjoy the Cardinals. We got some young guys we're taking looks at. It's been so much fun. We're kind of exceeding what the experts said at the beginning of the year. And even though sometimes you play 9 1/3 and bottom falls out, it's still a privilege to watch the team. I got so many questions about the Cubs going on. But one thing I've done, and for collectors out there, my friend Tony Pruno, and I know some other people do this, they chase something. They chase a year. They chase a player. And Tony is chasing Warren Spahn and Roberto Clemente cards. Well, I said, you know what? I'm going to chase him. I want to chase somebody. So I chased Reggie Jackson. As a kid, even though I'm a Cardinal fan, Reggie Jackson was just, I remember the first time I ever seen him, he came out in the World Series on crutches. He had got hurt down the stretch, and the A's went to the World Series, and he came out on crutches, and the people went crazy. And I was like, who is this Reggie Jackson guy? Who is this guy? And then, of course, 3 World Series, he plays out in Oakland and heads up to New York, and then he's the toast of the town. So I'm just going to share this with you. And this is what I like about this. It's sort of like going through history. I finally got the Reggie Jackson rookie card. Look how baby faced he is.
Oh my gosh.
That is 1969. Reginald Martinez Jackson, right there, 1969, rookie year. Now, if you notice, mine's a little off center. It's still, I'll be honest, it's about a $150 card, even off center. If I got it graded, it might come out as a 5 or something like that. But mine's not graded, but in the back is perfect too. That's what it looked like back in 1969. But the color, it's a good looking card, and the A's wore those vests back then, which I like the vest they wore.
Yeah.
But then I got my 1970 graded, and there's Reggie, and he's posing with the bat. It looks like he's at Yankee Stadium right there, kind of posing. Then I got the 71, which now we're starting to talk. The color's coming in. 19 there, and I like him kneeling with the two bats, still baby faced. Not the Reggie we knew and grew to love. And then they had these like all-star cards, and it was the Sporting News ripping open, and there's Reggie with the bat right there in the A's hats. They don't have a lot of yellow in their uniforms at this time. So as we go, this is 72. Now we're talking. Reggie's growing some facial hair right there and kind of looking like, the Reggie Jackson we know. And that year, a lot of top players, at least on every team, there was an in-action card. So there's Reggie Jackson in action same year. 73, there he is throwing the ball. And I always thought he was strutting. I didn't realize he was throwing a ball until my friend Hodge goes, JJ's throwing a ball right there. I thought he was kind of strutting around the bases or something. I didn't know what he was doing. 74, now we're talking. This is the A's uniforms that we know, the nylon uniforms, the gold, the green, the white, everything on there. I love it. I absolutely love 74. And of course, my favorite year is 75. So there's the 75, Reggie, right there. And then the last year, which is kind of sad, 76, the bicentennial year, Reggie Jackson's last year as an Oakland A. And he was the all-star for the American League that year. He's got the little all-star thing down there. So I've collected all the A's and all the Yankee cards, including the 3D ones, and I'm just going to throw out. This is the Reggie Jackson everybody knows, the 1977 Reggie Jackson, when he hit the 3 home runs in the game. I think it was 77 or 78, but anyway, there he is. So I have got the whole run of Reggie from 69 to 82, the A's and the Yankee years, and then I'm going to do a display, and I will show that a little late when I finally get it all finished. So that's what I've been working on in my little hobby room. I probably spend 3 evenings, probably an hour evening, 3 times a week, just in there sorting cards. That'll take a lifetime. Just looking for stuff, and all of a sudden I find something, and then I look it up, see what it's worth or something like that. So trading and selling, and people come over and we trade cards. It's just feel like I'm 12 years old, But that's what I've been doing, Vince.
Oh, well, this weekend we had Peevely Days here in town, and we put up our display of pop art stuff. Thursday and Friday were slow. Saturday we had a heck of a day.
Right.
But I do want to show you something that I got there. When you go to these craft fairs, if you do crafts, I usually don't buy something for me. If I see something cool that, like I want to get one of the kids something, like for their birthday or for Christmas or something, I'll pick something up. And the big thing now is tumblers. There were like 5 or 6 tumbler displays, and 2 of them are right next to each other. I'm thinking, oh, come on. And that's how crafts go. Things get hot for a while, and then the market falls because it's oversaturated with that kind of stuff. So, but I was walking around Thursday. They hadn't opened yet, and I was just walking around because, that's kind of what you do once you set up. Go take a walk and see what everyone has. And I was at one of these tumbler things, and I actually bought one. And this is awesome. Who's going to fill their shoes?
I love it.
Yeah. And it's got Hank Williams up there, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, George Jones, Tom T. Hall, Charlie Pride, Conway Twitty, and Merle Haggard. And it's from that song that came out in the 90s. I think it was Hank Jr. who did it, called "Who's Going to Fill Their Shoes," and talking about how these country music stars are getting older, they're retiring, some of them are passing away. Who's going to be the next generation? Well, we all know that the next generation of country music just completely ruined country music. It's just a fact. It's not even an
It's
opinion.
like pop
Yeah.
country or something.
They just made country. There is no more country music. Okay. So anyway, I picked this up and I love it
I
because
love it
it's
too.
very seldom I find something that is different that kind of speaks to me,
Yeah.
oh, and so I went and I bought it and I'm loving it.
Is that one beer in there? You don't drink beer through a straw. What are we
No,
talking
this
about?
is H2O.
My friend Scott Dunn, who watches our podcast, said that we talked about that very thing. I mean, like we lost Dolly Parton today, and Willie Nelson. When they're gone, who's going to be doing that? And there are some, but for the main part, it seems like it's become sort of a pop country. But the traditionals, I mean, I think Randy Travis was that way, but now he doesn't really do music anymore. Bob Seger's got a new album coming out, and I don't remember him doing a duet, but he's got a duet with Patty Loveless. I haven't heard it yet, but I love Patty Loveless. So she's still out there performing and stuff, and I just think she's wonderful. Vince Gill, some of these folks like that, but they're just not big on the charts right now or anything, but they're still
See,
out there. Ricky
Vince
Skaggs.
Gill, I just see as a crooner,
Yeah,
Frank Sinatra
you know
type
what? You're
crooner.
right. He
I
is a
don't really
good
see him
guitar
as
player. He can play the guitar
yeah,
really
I
well.
don't really see him as a country singer though. He's
Yeah,
a crooner. It's like Jim Morrison was a crooner,
he sure was.
and people, no, he's a rock star. Read any Doors biography. He wanted to be Frank Sinatra, and every album they recorded, he had the same kind of microphone Frank Sinatra would use. He was a huge Sinatra guy. Um, yeah, that Randy Travis, Dwight Yoakam, that was like the last
Hurrah.
push of traditional country music. But
Yeah.
I sound like an old guy now.
I know we do.
Uh, this is cool. Evelyn
Oh,
got me
yes.
this. She was in Kansas City.
I
Um,
love
sh-
it.
Her and her fiance went to go see John Mulaney, her favorite comic,
Oh,
and she
yes.
found this in a secondhand store. It's Oscar Mayer with the Royals. Of course, it's a lunchbox,
Yes.
and I it's just fantastic. So
Is there a thermos with it? Is there a
no,
thermos in it? Oh,
no. Steve Martin stole the thermos.
that dirty dog.
Reference to the jerk. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, well, while I was at Peebly Days, friend of the show, Dan Rutledge popped by and told Dan he
Dan,
needed to come on the show again. He's been on a few
please.
times. So
All right. How's he
well,
doing? Did all right?
hey, he's doing great.
All
Seems
right.
seem to be fine. So
All right. We'll get him out here.
enjoying the fair. If you live close by, you go to Peebly Days
Oh,
next year. It's a blast. And uh they have I think the perfect firework display. It only goes on for 10 minutes, but it's really good. And I don't like long drawn out fireworks displays. I kind of get sick of them. But this is 10 minutes. It's it's a fantastic display. It's over. The music is fantastic. The music is so good. They had about six different artists, maybe five, while I was there for the 3 days. And one of them was just a guy doing acoustic guitar, and it was during the day when it wasn't busy. But yeah, some really good bands. It's just a lot of fun. So, uh, have you have you noticed that Logan O'Hoppe disappeared after his trade to Texas?
no.
Okay,
He's
I didn't
he's not in the
notice it.
minors, or he's
Yeah,
not.
they he was batting like 206 for the Angels, and the Rangers traded for him, and they stuck him in AAA. Now, this is a former All-Star. This is a guy who has been a high-level catcher. He raked in AAA, and they brought him back, and I think he got a hit or two in his first start with the Rangers. And afterwards, he said out loud what everybody suspected for years. He said in Anaheim, it was depressing. I didn't like baseball anymore. And he didn't come out and say it in these words, but everything he said was, it's just a culture, a negative culture. It's a losing culture. And you don't want to be there, which made me wonder, why does Mike Trout stay there? I
The money, I don't know, and maybe he's
He's
just
gonna get
loyal
paid
to him.
anywhere though.
Yeah,
This
you're
this
right.
this is a lot of players at the end of their careers who've played for bad organizations. They want out so they can have a chance to win something. And that's kind of common. And I'm surprised that he has blocked trades um, because it reminds me of when I was a kid. I remember reading the paper and on the front page of the sports section, Tom Seaver asked for a trade. And I thought, why would a player ask for a trade? And his rationale was, Tom Seaver was very diplomatic. He said it's a youth movement, blah, blah. But basically, what he was saying was, we have no players. Our young players, I have no confidence in. I'm never going to be in postseason again with this team. Can I please get out of here? And so they got rid of him. And I think they traded him to the Reds, where he did get some postseason experience. They didn't make it back to the World Series, but with the Reds, I think they traded like Daryl Cheney and Pat
Oh,
Zachary, or I mean, it was
oh,
like
I remember those names.
it was like
Yeah.
also ran players that they got for Tom Seaver. And I also remember when I was growing up, I'd watch the NBA, and Bob Lanier played for a terrible Pistons team. He easily the best player, and he kind of got sick of losing, and he also kind of got sick of being double teamed because they didn't have anyone else. And so I remember he on ESPN went requested, the early days of ESPN. He did an interview. He wanted to trade. He said, I want to trade. He said, I look up here in the rafters. I don't see anything, any banners hanging. I don't see any coming this way. I want to go somewhere where we're going to win. So with athletes, it's kind of common that if you've played for a poor organization, and, Mike Trout has stuck it out. I think he's given everything he's got, and
I do too.
one
I love
playoff
him.
series, no victories. Just get out of that culture. Just just leave it and go somewhere. I mean, Otani didn't even have to change his address. He just
Yeah, oh, that's true. He went across town. Um, man, yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't know how it's going to change there because Dodgers get all. I mean, they're a historical franchise. The Angels are in their shadows. They don't make the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to have to be a new manager, new owner. I don't know, but they spent money and it doesn't work. It's just I don't know what's going to have to change. I know the Cardinals have went through time periods. I mean, in the '70s when I was a fan, the Pirates and Phillies were just light years ahead of us. And we were okay. We had some stars, but we just weren't that good. And then the Kenny Boyer years and the Burn Rap years, and I just thought that was our place to be a fourth or fifth place team. And then Buddy Herzog came and changed. I don't know. Everything just kind of changed after that. We kind of got pointed in the right direction for about a decade there. So I don't know what's going to take for the Angels to get it turned around. It's so sad. But, Mike will go down as probably Mr. Angel, the greatest angel of them all. I don't know, like being the nicest guy in prison or something like that. It's not much of an award or anything, but I do appreciate the Tony Gwynns, the Ernie. Now, Ernie and Stan played in a different era where there was no free agency,
yeah, you were
and
stuck.
you were kind of unless you and the manager or the owner didn't get along, and then you're Steve Carlton and Augie. So he was gone, and so but most times guys just stayed there if they were a really good player. They just stayed in their team. But after '74, things really started changing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd
I
love to
just
have Trout. I'd love to see him go somewhere else. Cardinals were just kind of a different place. Who wouldn't want him? But he probably fit better. I don't know, with the Padres or somebody like that.
Yeah, I remember about 5, 6 weeks ago when I said Logan O'Hoppe was traded. He was one of the first trades. It wasn't like at the deadline, but it was like, that's a pretty big name, former all-star catcher. And then I didn't realize I hadn't even seen his name in a box score or anything until I saw this interview or well, read this interview with him. And I thought, wow, he's been in AAA. That was an all-star catcher just like 2, 3 years ago. So hopefully, this gives him some incentive to turn things around. But let me do transactions and injuries real quick. The Yankees traded catcher Christian Betancourt to the Pittsburgh Pirates for cash. Um, and that is an after the deadline deal, which means that he couldn't participate in postseason at all. And blah, blah, blah. You can do trades like this, but there's a lot of paperwork and then it has to be approved. And I guess I see Pittsburgh's not going to the playoffs. The Yankees had him in the organization in case they needed him. They don't see a need for him now. So Pittsburgh probably, oh, we'll take him for, cash. They also signed free agent right-handed pitcher, former Cub Eli Morgan, to a minor league contract, and the Yankees placed third baseman Ryan McMahon on the 10-day injured list, retroactive to August 20th, with a left thumb sprain. And Ryan McMahon, boy, he has had a terrible year.
I thought he'd be perfect right there.
Yeah, yeah, but it just hasn't. He's hitting under 200. I mean, it's pretty bad. The Yankees also placed left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers on the 15-day IL with left forearm flexor strain. The Guardians placed first baseman Rhys Hoskins on the 10-day injured list with lower back inflammation. And the Phillies designated right-handed pitcher Brian Keller for assignment. They claimed right-handed pitcher Andrew Hoffman off waivers from the Diamondbacks. They transferred left fielder Felix Reyes to the 7-day injured list. From the 7-day injured list, which is basically the concussion protocol, to the 60-day injured list, which means concussion is not responding through the protocol, so they're just shutting him down for the year. And when you put him on the 60-day injured list, that means that he's not taking a place on the 40-man roster. So that's why they did that. The Mets placed designated hitter Jorge Polanco on the 10-day IL with left ankle bursitis. The Astros designated former Cub, former Cardinal left fielder Nelson Velasquez for assignment. And I don't know why he's not sticking somewhere because he hits wherever he goes.
Sure does.
Not that great of a fielder, but boy, you need
Got pop.
someone to come up and hit a lefty. There's your man right there.
There it is.
The Giants placed right-handed pitcher Keaton Winn on the 15-day IL retroactive August 19th with left elbow neuritis, and I don't know what that is. The Athletics play shortstop Jacob Wilson on the 10-day list. Left shoulder subluxation. Subluxation. That's not easy to say. Boy, Jacob Wilson has fought some injuries this year.
I know. Yeah.
The Jays play second baseman Josh Smith on the 10-day IL, and he has a left hamstring inflammation. The Royals placed third baseman Miguel Garcia on the 10-day IL with a left hamstring strain. The Angels placed first baseman Nolan Schanuel on the 10-day IL with right intercostal muscle strain. And they also designated former Cub right-handed pitcher Michael Fulmer for assignment. The Doyers placed center fielder Andy Pages on the 10-day IL with the left hand fracture. So we need to start praying for the Dodgers. They got to get healthy. I mean, my goodness,
I know it.
they need divine intervention. The Mariners designated left-handed pitcher Jonathan Diaz for assignment, and they placed third baseman Brendan Donovan on the 7-day IL. And then they recalled third baseman, former Cub Patrick Wisdom, who had a couple seasons where he hit in the high 20s for home runs for the Cubs. So if Donovan doesn't respond to the concussion protocol, Wisdom may be up for a while. I don't know. The Diamondbacks designated right-handed pitcher Zach Littell for assignment, which I was hoping that the Cubs would have picked him up in the offseason.
I
I
remember you
was
talking
very
about
high
him.
on him. I saw him pitch a couple times last year. I thought this guy's pretty good. And obviously he's not as good as I thought he was. They placed right-handed pitcher and former Cub for a few weeks. Mike Soroka on the 15-day IL with right arm inflammation. The Tigers designated center fielder James Outman for assignment. Gosh, man, 2 years ago we thought he was going to be an all-star, and now he's
Yeah.
just kind of floating around, and that happens. And we were just talking about this guy the other day, Kyle Freeland for the Rockies on the 15-day IL with cervical radius with a problem.
Yes, he's got a problem.
Sometimes I feel like I have a sister who's a court reporter,
Ah,
and when she was in college, she had to take a class called medical terminology. Just one
oh,
class, and all you do is medical terminology. I feel like I need to take that class for this sometimes. What is that? What does that mean? I don't know. You know, so no obituaries this week, so everybody is above ground, which is good. And what kind of baseball news do you have,
oh,
JJ?
I got lots of it, Vince. Lots of it. I'm filled up with it. You were talking about the Diamondbacks a while ago, and the Marte saga continues. He disappeared, and they now have video of him. They did put him on some sort of injured reserve or something, and he was at a casino while a game was going on in the same town. And you would figure that's just bad optics. At least go there and support your team or go home. But he's out late at night while the game's going on and he's at a casino. That looks terrible. And then I also heard AJ Przinsky's on this podcast with a bunch of ex players. And they said the same thing happened last year where they didn't know where he was for a few days. And so the players, even the Diamondback players, now they're being asked about this. They're in a pennant drive. They need him. He's a great player. And you've got to answer for him. It's become the topic of the day for the Diamondbacks. And AJ was saying they had a player that Ozzie Guillen threw all the stuff in the hall and said, "You're off the team." And I don't know what he did. They didn't get into it, but Ozzie was fed up with him, and he was gone for 2 days. And the GM and the owner said, "You can't, Ozzie can't fire anybody. You can't fire him." And he said, "Okay." And they said, "I tell you what, we're going to get the players together. If they want him back, they'll come back." But AJ said one condition: he's got to apologize to all the team. And he came back and he said he was crying. "I'm so sorry. I love the game. I messed up. Please forgive me. I love you guys." And they said, "All right, come on, you're back in." So he said, Stelling Marte is going to have to come back, or Marte's going to have to come back and at least apologize to the team. He owes it to them because they're in a pennant drive and they need his back. He's one of the top three players on that team. So I don't know what to say about this.
Last night we went to Arizona for the first game of our series. We beat them 7-0, and Gossman pitched 7 shutout innings. And it's always good pitching will make a great team look uninspired. I mean,
That's true.
People say, "Oh gosh, you're not even trying." No, the guy's pitching a heck of a game.
Yeah,
You know,
he'll tie you up.
yeah, it's baseball's that way. If you run into a hot pitcher, you look bad offensively, and so you look uninspired. So it was. I don't know if Gossman pitched such a great game because I only watched the highlights because it's hard for me to stay up for West Coast games.
Yes.
I don't know if Gossman pitched a great game or if if they're kind of in a funk because of this. But anyway, it's never good for your team when someone does that. I mean, especially a guy you think is going to be a team leader. And I could you imagine if you got on here to do this show and I wasn't here and then you see me on another podcast at a casino?
What about me? You left me high and dry. Let me tell you guys, if Vince wasn't here, there would be no podcast. I don't know how to work nothing. I can barely turn on his computer. He does all the graphics, everything, the things that scroll. That's Vince. I just say, I'm just eye candy. That's all I'm here.
For about the first year and a half we did this, every time we did this, as soon as the JJ's screen would pop up that he's online, and I would admit him into the room, and the camera would come on. It would be Brody there telling him, it's set
Yeah,
up, Dad. Basically, it's idiot proof now. Sit down and do your
he
podcast.
sure did. I had to call him at a picnic one time. Brody, the podcast's about ready to start. He could come all the way back here and turn the thing on. I'm just not. I just got a phone within, when I started doing comedy, so I could use GPS to find out where the comedy places were. I must have drove around. What's that place where? It's up by Bevo Mill, and every Monday night they did stand up there. The Heavy Anchor.
Heavy Anchor.
The first time I went up there, Vince, I drove past it. He said, it says it's here. And I turn around and I come back. I spent 2 hours just driving around the Heavy Anchor the first time I went up there. It was embarrassing. And now everybody knows my shortcomings. Golly. I had to get Troy Lou on the phone, and he goes, well, I'm looking at it. You're right there by it. And then I seen the anchor on the door. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm just a 1930s guy in the 2000s, I just don't have much stuff on that. But I got Vince, I want to say something. Last week you said something that made me go do some research. We were talking about Tommy John. He passed away, and you said, I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. And I always thought, man, he's got some big numbers. Why wasn't he in the Hall of Fame? And you mentioned Early Win. You said Early Win's in, Tommy John should be in. So I lined them up. Actually, I went to a site. You can put so-and-so versus so-and-so, and maybe every week I'll do this. I don't have the chart in front of me, so it'd be boring for me to go over each thing. But there are very complimentary, a lot of even stuff there. Okay, so Early Win played from 1939 to 1963. Had a long career. I got the years on here. 23 years. Now, Tommy John played from 63. They played 1 year together in the same time to 89. He played 26 years. So 23 years, 26 years. Early Win missed a year and a half due to World War II. And Tommy John missed a year and a half due to having Tommy John surgery. So that right there. What I found out was the early win years, he was intimidating and devastating. He racked up about his first 8-9 full years, and he missed prime year and a half to World War II. He was overpowering. He fought people with he's a thrower more than a pitcher. Where Tommy John was more of a pitcher, a finesse guy, sinker ball, changing speeds, that kind of thing. Now, Vince, this is uncanny. You're right about this. The win, Early Win 300 win, and Tommy John 288. That's a stalemate there. Their losses, Early Win 244, Tommy John 231. So Tommy John's a plus 57, win the loss, and wins a plus 56. That's about even. Tommy John won with ERA 334 to Early Win's 354. So 20 points better. Years, Tommy did more years. Games, Tommy John pitched about 69 more games than Early Win. Strikeouts, now, even though he played 3 more years, Early Win still had more strikeouts. It comes to be about 90 more strikeouts, but he did play 3 more years. Shutouts, about even 49 to 46, with Win having a little advantage there. WAR, Early Win 60.9 and Tommy John 61.6. Now, Early Win had the ERA leader. He was 2-time MLB Major League Baseball win leader, and Tommy spent a lot of time. He was a 4-time All-Star. Did a lot of broadcasting. Did a lot of good work for baseball. Was a spokesperson for suicide prevention, and just these two guys, these careers are something else. Maybe if you had a big game the first 10 years, you would have went with Early Win, but in the last 10 years, you would have went with Tommy John. Identical. And I'm with you, Vince. Both Early Win and Tommy John both deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and both good spokespersons for the game. And one little Tommy John note, he was traded from the White Sox, which played there forever, to the Dodgers for Dick Allen. That's how Dick Allen ended up. And I did not know that. So that research brought that to me. But you're exactly right. Tommy John, we ought to start a thing here to get Tommy John in the Hall of Fame, because I'm for these pitchers, the guys like, well, Maddox could throw fast, but the guys that just were pitchers, they could change speed and just get the guys to pop it up or hit it on the ground to and use their fielders and things like that. So, you know, anyway, very good comparison, Vince. You couldn't have picked a better player to match Tommy John up against. So I'm with you. Tommy John deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I've always thought if Early Wynn didn't reach 300, he might not have got in, but
He
he
stuck
did.
around a little extra there at the end. That
But
last year was still
yeah,
shaky.
but when I looked at the career of Tommy John, and I I don't care who you are, when you pitch 26 years and your ERA is 3.35,
Yes, that's
man,
amazing.
it's incredible that he kept that up. And I don't think he was ever a thrower. I didn't see him with the White Sox because that was before. I'm just reading stories, but apparently with the Indians and the White Sox when he first came up, he was more of a harder thrower. And then with the injury, he really started relying on the sinker ball. And then he just kind of became, I'm pitching to contact. I'm a sinker ball pitcher. And he was I when I watch pitchers, and this is so hard to judge when you're watching from the camera's perspective. Um, but I try to dictate, do they have late movement on a pitch? And if they do, it's like Maddox throwing that inside cut, that inside fastball that would tail in. It would almost hit the batter before it moved. So you get late movement. You're very difficult to hit. You don't have to pitch that hard. And I loved watching Matt Morris pitch. All kinds of late movement. And you think, oh, he doesn't throw 98 miles an hour. How's he doing it? Well, late movement. So if you got a pitcher who's a pitch to contact type of person, you can throw low 90s, high 80s like Maddox and John did, but the movement was late. And the thing that I remember about Tommy John's sinker was it was a late sinker. It was the fastballs coming in, here's the plate, and his fastball would just keep going, or his sinker would just, you know, die. It was almost like it was almost like someone had a string and then at the end would kind of pull it down. And you see so many pitchers, you can tell that, they're going to throw that sinking fastball. It's just a fastball. You turn it over a little bit, it sinks. You can tell they're throwing that within just coming out of the hand because, it's already starting its downward trajectory. Tommy John's was almost like a split finger fastball. It just wasn't going so hard, and people would just top the ball, and he would get ground outs after ground out after ground out. So I really loved him as a pitcher, and I think what he has done merited being in the Hall of Fame. I hope he still gets in, but
I
to
know.
me, it's heartbreaking whenever a player gets in after they've passed away.
They can't enjoy it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with you on that.
there are perks to being a Hall of Famer. You know, you you go to an autograph signing, you charge a lot more money. You're a Hall of Famer.
That's right.
You go out to eat, and it's not like these guys are broke, but Hall of Famer,
Hey,
Jim
yeah.
Palmer's here,
Come on in.
There are some real perks to being a Hall of Famer. And he wasn't broke by any sense of reality, but yeah, he missed out on some of those perks. And it's just like anybody else in your field, when you get recognized for being one of the best ever in your field, it's like when you made the Nursing Hall of Fame. I mean,
I was very,
yeah,
yeah, I got emotional.
yeah. So I just don't like seeing people denied that. And I bring up people like Dick Allen, Ron
Oh yeah.
Santo. Um, I think Johnny Mize was also didn't get in until he passed away.
Oh
That's why I was afraid. I was afraid Simmons would make it in after he died. It's like I
yes.
think that the old timers will put him in because, except for Harold Baines, they're usually right. We've got this player. Ted Simmons was just overshadowed by Johnny Bench for about 12 years of his career. But Ted Simmons, if Johnny Bench isn't around, is probably
Uh,
within the first 2, 3 years of eligibility, a Hall of Famer. But because Johnny Bench was around, people forget about him. He played for some poor Cardinal teams, and I think he's off on the first ballot. So I just like players to be able to enjoy that honor.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's great to see him sitting back there after they're in a year with all the other Hall of Famers and everything. Vince, the game changes a lot, and Arise, who's now with the Phillies, a guy who's won 3 betting titles, he gets traded around, and I love a guy that can put the bat on the ball and batting averages. He could win his 4th betting title this year, and I still think that's a big deal. Well, there's a
And wait,
kid.
wait, real
Oh,
quick.
sure.
I noticed this since the trade, the Phillies are now only like 3 games behind the Braves. Batting him cleanup, he has made a difference. Anyway, keep going.
Oh yeah,
So
you put him in the middle. It's a completely different look than with. I mean, nothing is Schwarber and Harper and all those other guys, and JT Realmuto. But you put him in there, it's a different thing. It's completely different, and that guy can put a bat on anything. I'm telling you what, he is just a nice piece of the puzzle. Maybe like a Bill Madlock to the Pirates back in '79. But the Yankees have this kid completely different. His name is Luis Durango Jr. He's an outfield prospect. He is in Double A right now, and Vince, he bats with his hands separated like this, not your traditional hands together. Now I think Cobb might have done
Cobb,
that for a
yeah,
while,
Cobb batted that
for
way.
control of the bat.
Yeah.
But Vince, he's got one weapon, and this is it: the Baltimore chop. He just chops the ball, usually off the plate or off the ground, and he's elite speed, and he runs down to first. And with speed, PCA, Vince Coleman, those guys, you got to play in. You got to hurry your throw. You can't sit there and wait about it. And he is in Double A now. He's at 342, and he's got 43 stolen bases. He's hit doubles, and the doubles I saw were like balls that just got through, and they threw it to his third, and he'd go to second or go off the pitcher's shin and go into foul territory, and then he just keeps running and gets the second. It's entertaining. And I think it was Mike Lowell, the third baseman, said, "Yeah, but you don't have any power doing that." Well, then the guy on the MLB channel goes, "Wait a minute. Now get a load of this, Vince. He's 5'10", 135 pounds. I don't think he's going to get much power anyway." So he just chops and just runs like a lightning to first. And if they do get him, it's a bang bang play. Do you think a guy like that has a chance? Could this happen?
I don't know. The pitching is so different between Double A and
That's true.
MLB. I
That's
don't know
true.
if he could control you know, is he
Yeah.
going to hit 104-mile-an-hour Jacob Mizorowski fast? Is he going to be able to chop it off the plate? I don't know.
Maybe bunt. He could maybe
It'd be
bunt it.
interesting to see if he could do it.
I
mean,
would my attention would be right there because I was like, oh my gosh, these guys, you got all these fielders, and this guy is going to put them on edge. Maybe he could bat 8th or 9th in a lineup somewhere. I mean, who knows? But I find that very entertaining right there. This kid that's coming. So stay tuned for that name right there, Luis Durango Jr. But Vince, there's a lot of good. Some teams went out and made these big trades, but the Brewers have brought up these 2 kids, and I think the Brewers are better this year than they have been the last couple of years. And that's hard to say because they've lost all their, Hader and Adames and Corbin Burns and all these players that were like their top guys. Devin Williams, the other great reliever they have, but they brought this kid. His name is Luis Lara, Lara, and his nickname Vince. I love this nickname. I love nicknames. LL Cool Play. LL Cool play. Very cool. He plays center and he plays right, and he's a but great speed. And then they've got the shortstop, Pratt. They're both very good fielders, and they can run like lightning. And I think that's going to be some of the Brewers, what they're going to bring to the playoffs. Now, I'd love to see them get past the first round. They usually get knocked out in the first round, but this year with Miz and Harrison and the pitching staff they have and the relievers, they're going to be tough for anybody. But with these two kids and then the top 10 prospects, the Brewers have two more in the top 10 prospects that are in the minors. So they just keep coming up with these young, good players. And I heard that the sticking point with Scooble was they wanted Harrison, who's their number 2 pitcher, who has like 3 or 4 more years of control. And Scooble's just kind of a rental. And if I was the Brewers, I don't think I would have pulled that trigger either and traded Harrison.
Oh,
right now you would have went for it right now. Yeah.
You've never won a World Series.
Yeah, that's true.
You have
been to one.
This talent and this team so close.
Yeah.
You have to decide, okay, this year we're going to go for it. We're going to lose some talent, but we're going to go for it. I am so, I mean, we lost Gleyber Torres. We had to get rid of him to get a rental for Chapman. But we won the World Series.
It's worth it.
And Torres has, made some all-star teams. He's been a good player. And but in my mind, I don't care if he would have turned out to be Willie Mays. We won a World Series. We hadn't won one for 108 years. The Brewers have never won one. And if you've still got that kind of talent in the minors, I would have given up my number 2 pitcher. I would have said, okay,
yeah,
we're going to go for it this year. I know they tried that once with Sabathia and it didn't work out.
He did great though. He did everything he could to help him.
Wasn't his fault. So
no. Golly, you're right. You changed my mind again, Vince. I was like, well, that Harrison kid's doing so good, but I don't mind. They should ask for the moon and the stars, the Tigers. I understand. Well, I thought I understood. Did you watch the Field of Dreams game, Vince?
No, I had the that was on last night, right? Last night, or was it one of the nights I was doing Peevely Days?
Maybe it was Peevely days. Yeah, maybe it was. Well, they had it. This is the third time they've done it. They took 2 years off. I thought maybe they weren't going to do it anymore, but evidently they've really upgraded the facilities there. There's a really nice field, and then you have the one from the movie just kind of down the road a little bit, and then the house and the set and everything there. But they're going to do it again next year, and the Phillies won 7-1, and Schwarber hit 2 home runs, and Schwarber's getting hot at the right time. And like you said, the Phillies have done really good. What I like is they bring the Hall of Famers out, and a lot of them, it was Twins and the Phillies, so they were really Phillies and Twins centric. The Hall of Famers that came out, which was really nice to see.
That was cool. I did see the clip of them all coming out of the cornfield.
I get emotional on that stuff.
I wouldn't have done that. I don't care if I was an all-star or a Hall of Famer. Cornfields are scary, man. I don't want to be out there. I've seen Children of the Corn. Malachi is out there somewhere with his prepubescent murderers out there waiting to kill you.
If I'm with a crowd, I'm cool. But if I'm out there at night by myself, I'll be running through that cornfield, get out there as fast as I can. That's what I would do. John Deere sponsored it this year. That's kind of a cool sponsor to have for that. Yeah. I like that. They had 7,832 in attendance. And next year, they've already named the Red Sox and the Royals. That's 2 great organizations. That'll be fun watching them next year. So I'm glad that baseball is doing that. They got the Little League game at the where the Little League World Series is going on. They're going to be having this. We've got an all-star game. They travel to other countries every once in a while. The game's growing, and I think that's wonderful. So next year, they plan on doing that. So that's kind of cool. But the Reds and the Cubs played there, but you didn't like it?
It was good the first few years, but since then it's just gotten a little corny.
A little corny.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Nice one.
Be sure to tip your waitress.
That's right. Try the veal. Very good. Let's see. Oh, by the way, the reason I brought this all up, I heard this and I looked it up. There is an Archibald Moonlight Graham. That is a real person that existed. He lived from 1877 to 1965. One of the rumors was he was called Moonlight because he was going to school and going to medical school while he was playing. It is a fact that he came up to bat. They put him in the ninth inning of a game. He played for the New York Giants, and in the movie, Frank Wiley played the young version, and of course, the great Burt Lancaster played him as an older man. But he came into the game, and he was on the on-deck circle when the last out was made. So then he went out in the outfield and played one inning in the outfield. So he never did get a major league at bat. And he went on to get his medical degree and worked 50 years and everybody knew him as Doc after that, in Chisholm, Minnesota, which I think they mentioned in the movie. And he just did great work for the community and was very highly regarded. So that's kind of cool that was based on a real person, which I did not know that. And there's a baseball card of him. I seen somewhere there's a baseball card of him. So that's pretty cool. JJ Bleday, what a comeback. This could be the comeback player. I don't know. He never really had big years. This is the year he has put it together for the Reds. And I tell you what, on August 22nd, he, against Arizona, he hit the cycle. And I think in Reds history, and that's a long history, there's only a few people that have, I had it written down, that have hit the cycle. The last one to do it is Ella De La Cruz. So, yeah. Ella De La Cruz did it in 2023. He went 4 for 6, 3 RBIs and 2 runs. He's a 5-year veteran. He's played with the Marlins and the A's. And I always knew his name and just watched him from afar. But this year he's put it together and he's having a very great year. And this is the 4th cycle this year. Your Chicago Cubs, PCA, has hit the cycle this year. Bryce Harper has. And somebody named Tristan Peters did it as well on July 1st. So that was the 4th cycle this year in 2026. So that's a pretty cool thing, you know. Let's see. Oh, Fantasy League. I got Fantasy League news. We have, believe it or not, we have Tampa Bay, Dennis Rose, Vietnam vet, good guy, has watches every week, has clinched the American League. So so next week, and Marlon Dixon, bless his heart, he had the Chicago White Sox. We were laughing when he got the White Sox, but he took them to second place. But he's 8.5 out with about 7 days to go, so they cannot catch Tampa Bay. Now, over in the National League, New York Mark, is ahead by 7 games. He's clinched a tie. So Arizona's going to have to keep winning, and Atlanta's got to keep losing, and them to catch him on our last day is the last day of August, and the World Series starts in September, our Fantasy League World Series. So Mark is on the cusp of opening the champagne and facing Tampa Bay in our second Fantasy World Series. So anyway, and that's it for my news around the league.
What's going on with those St. Louis Cardinals?
Oh, Vince, it was tough. We had an 11-game road trip, and we had a winning record on the road. We had won our last 4 series, and we went to Philadelphia. We were playing some double hitters. I'm not making excuses. The Phillies are better than the Cardinals. At the beginning of the year, everybody knew the Phillies were better than the Cardinals. They're starting to roll. Our starters are only going about 5 innings at best. We traded Dustin May, who was a big part of eating up innings and did a great job for us. And I wish them all the best. But our bullpen is just shot. And we're just trying to milk that bullpen until we can get the roster.
Excuse me.
Oh, no problem. But anyway, the Cardinals just got killed by the Phillies in 2 of those games. 1, they just beat us. But 2, we had a shot at it. We were winning late in the game, and our bullpen just blew it. And, what can you say? That happens to most teams.
Was
we're
it
not
the
perfect.
Saturday night game that you were up 4-0 with 2 outs in the 9th?
I think it was maybe Friday game. Maybe that was a Friday game.
That's hard to. That's hard.
And then Sunday we were up, and our closer was in, and just it was just sad. And you work. It's just so defeating when you go 9 1/3 and you just fought this great team. You got a shot at winning, and it gets pulled out from underneath you. They had a day off. Thank the good Lord we were off Monday. We can kind of regroup. We're playing the Orioles this week, and people say, "Why are you wearing the Orioles hat?" Because I'm a loser and I'm sending all this negative energy to the Orioles. And maybe with me representing them, the Cardinals will pull out some magic because we're 66 and 66. Vince, I put down the money. They just got to win 70. All right. We're 66, 66. 4 more games, guys. I truly thought at the beginning of the year, I thought 77 wins. And I still think we could be in that area. I still think we're a 77-win team. But just get to that 70 wins, and I'll be very happy. We made a lot of moves. We've got pitchers hurt right now. So you got May gone. Then you got Palante, who's done a very good job for us this year. He's on the 50-day IR. Hunter Dobbins, who's kind of filled in for May, now he's hurt, so he's on the IR. Leahy, who was a bullpen guy last year, they're really watching his innings. So now they got him really going about four innings a game because he's really been stretched out this year. And I tell you what, Vince, he's been a nice surprise. He was probably our fifth starter at the beginning of the year, and now he might be our second, third best starter. He's really done a good job.
Yeah, he's pitched some nice games.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good starter. I mean, I like his makeup. Nothing really gets to him, good or bad. Seems like he's just, he's thumbing those out there. He just focuses, pitches. If it goes good, it's there, and bad, he's right there. And I like that kind of pitcher. Mason Wynn hurt his thumb. I'm not sure exactly when, but last year they said he hurt it too. They did an MRI. It is fractured. So he's on the IR. He slid into second. I knew he was like flicking his hand like this. And then there was a ball off the end of the bat a couple of days later, and you could tell it was really hurting him. And so JJ Weatherholt switched over to short. Urias, who has won a Gold Glove with Baltimore. At third, he's playing second right now. Fermin has done a good job. He puts the bat on the ball, plays hard. I love that kid. Blaze Jordan seems like he's improving. Church, I think he's taking better at bats. Those guys have they're not superstars, but they're just coming along nicely. And then they recalled Nolan Gorman from the minors. He's been doing better lately, so we'll get a look at him again. Because, if we can get him right, just like Jordan Walker, you could have perhaps Baez. I won't say his first name because I'll probably say the wrong one. Jordan Walker.
Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua. I've been practicing. I've been looking in the mirror. And then Gorman, perhaps. Boy, that would be a nice righty lefties and stuff right there in the middle of that lineup. Who knows? That's just me wishing. Let's see. This week we have the Orioles coming in for 3 and the Pirates coming in for 3. Both of those teams are struggling too, just like us. It'll probably be some good matchups. I just hope they're competitive games for our sake. And this day in Cardinal history, I got 2 events. 1991, Lee Smith he was a Cardinal at this point. 1991, Lee Smith became the 5th reliever to get his 300 save in 1991. And we didn't have a lot to cheer for in 91. So that Lee Smith was one of the few things we had going on in 1991. And in 2005, Tony La Russa got his 2,195th victory as a manager and put him 3rd place. He passed Sparky Anderson and moved behind Connie Mack, which I don't see anybody beating Connie Mack, and John McGraw into the 3rd place. And that was in 2005. So that's it for Cardinals this week. We're hanging in there. We're going to enter the last month of the season. And I know mathematically we're still in the wild card hunt, but Vince, we're not in the wild card hunt. We're limping down the stretch. And I'm proud of the guys coming out there playing hard every day and just seeing how the chips fall. So that's it for Cardinals.
Very good. With the Cubs, with Dansby Swanson on the IL, we've claimed 3rd baseman Gabriel Arias off waivers from the Mets, who can also play other infield positions. So as soon as Swanson comes back, or probably Shaw may come back before Swanson, he's going to be gone. But we got him, for the glove in case we do need him. Right now, we're doing really well. We have, of course, Bregman at third, and I'll talk about him a little bit later. Nico has moved from second to short, which was the position he played until he got to the majors when we put him at second. And then we have Ramirez playing second base, and he's been a pleasant find. He has played his way onto this team to get significant playing time. He is hitting, and he plays a really good defense. He won a minor league Gold Glove at second base. We've been playing him at second base a lot. So we got Shaw coming back. We got Swanson coming back. I mean, we are going to have a log jam of infielders, and you know that's kind of a good problem to have. We started the week. We optioned Javier Assad to Iowa, and people are like, "Why did you do that?" Well, Assad is in Iowa not because he's pitching bad, because he's like 6-1 with a 3.5 ERA. He's the only pitcher we have with options left. So I don't look at this being a permanent thing. But he had just pitched oh gosh, had a really good game. I think he came in and pitched like 3 shutout innings, and he wasn't going to pitch for a few days. So, we optioned him to Iowa, and Cub fans are losing their stuff. Why didn't we send Thielbar? Simply because he's got options. The pitching log jam is going to get even more crowded. Palencia came back from the 60-day IL throwing BBs over 100. And we were 3-3 this last week. And we lost 2 games to Seattle that we should have won. One, uh, we lost it late. And then the second one, it was just a blown save. A Rosarina hit us. He led off the game with a home run, then he walked off the game with a home run, just like PCA did the other day.
Didn't he rob a home run too? Was that the game? I thought there was a game where Rosarina robbed somebody of a home run. It might not
Oh
have been the
gosh,
Cubs.
when was that?
I
I,
seen Riley finally woke up and had like a 3 home run game, like how he did last year. He's been struggling this year, but
yeah. So we lost 2 games that we should have won. So we're playing the last game against the um, Mariners, and we're up 5-2 to go into the third. And Imanaga, who looked bad, he wasn't throwing that hard, and it was 5-2, and he gave up 2 singles in the bottom of the third, and Council yanked him and brought in Savali. Savali pitched 4 shutout innings. We ended up winning 19-2 in a laugher, but
woo.
yeah, that shows me Council. That's kind of a wake up call to Imanaga. Your spot is not secure, and I'll go over that in just a minute. I do want to look at Bregman before I go over some of that. Through the first 102 games, Alec Bregman was hitting 234 with a 682 OPS, 10 home runs, 44 games, and 44 RBIs in 102 games. And that covered 468 plate appearances. We wasn't getting any bang for our buck. And, people were like, oh, we should have never signed him. Should have just had Shaw be our third baseman. Well, the last 26 games, he's hit 343, has an OPS of 1.093, 9 homers and 25 RBIs in 26 games, and only 118 plate appearances. This is a guy that we signed.
Yeah.
And I mean, it started with him going the opposite field. We had that series in St. Louis, and he started going to right field, which is not his natural swing, but it calibrated him, and he's been a monster ever since, and he's coming up big. So very awesome. I'm very happy we're starting to get some bang for that. We do have Matt Shaw coming back, and Dansby Swanson should return within a few weeks, which is going to make that infield crowded. the good thing about Shaw is he plays all over the field, uh, infield, outfield, DH. So he's a very valuable tool to have. These are the pitchers, unless there's setbacks, these are the pitchers that will be coming back within the next couple of weeks. Ben Brown, who was our ace
Yeah.
until he got injured, and I don't know if he'll come in the starting staff or if he'll be a bullpen piece or what, but Brown is scheduled to come back. Justin Steele is throwing good. He's scheduled to come back. Shelby Miller is throwing excellent, and he should be up this weekend. And that's going to give us a left-handed hard thrower coming out of the pen for leverage. Cabrera will be coming back, and hopefully he'll learn how to pitch, somewhere in
Yeah.
this lineup. Um, so Hobie Milner is scheduled to come back. We have a lot of pitchers coming back. And so with the addition of Gosman, who's pitched two really good games, two games that
Good.
weren't so good, but the one game his hand was cramping. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Um, with the addition of him and Clay Holmes, who I think Clay Holmes has looked really good too, except for his first start. We still have uh, just starting pitchers. We still have Boyd, who the last two starts has not looked good. We'll see what he looks like tonight. Boyd, Imanaga, who did not look good. Um, we have Colin Ray still. We
Yeah.
have Dave Peterson, and Peterson has looked good. Um, and then we've got these pitchers all coming back. I really am curious what the starting staff, because starting staff is going to look like within a few weeks of this whole pitching staff, because not everybody's going to be starters. But I'll tell you, Gosman's going to start.
Yeah.
Holmes is going to start. Peterson's earned the right to start. He's had three bad games, three pretty not he's had three what I would call bad outings. And he's pitched about 14 or 15 starts with the Cubs by now. The rest of them have been fantastic. And this guy was just an all-star last year. So I love where our pitching is, where it lines up for the playoffs. And I would like to see Ben Brown get to the point where he's making the first start of the playoffs.
Ooh,
I
man.
he was unhittable, and I hope he doesn't come back rusty. Justin Steele is a bulldog, and he hasn't pitched for well over a year. And I would love to see him come in because he's not going to back down from anybody. Um, Bringing him in just to face, you got an inning where there's, two lefties and a righty, just to have him come in and face two lefties, uh, and the righty is going to be a big help.
Oh, yeah.
I just look at this team and I think, wow, it's going to be interesting to see who's not on this rotation come playoff time, because all these pitchers who've been injured are getting healthy at the same time, at the right time. And then there are pitchers like Bar who hasn't pitched that well. Um, I would put Savali in there, except he came in and pitched four shutout innings the other day to put himself right back in the mix for someone who may be sticking around. It's just going to be very fascinating. We did blow a game. Webb's been our closer, and he's done a fantastic job, but he
Yeah.
did give up the home run to a Rosarina that we lost that game in extras. Um, but uh, we do have Palencia back now. So Palencia, need be, could step into the closer role. We can keep him in the eighth inning. Zephyr John, who has had some really shaky outings, he pitched in that 19-2 game and he looked great. That was the pitcher I wanted to see, not the guy who's throwing up, get me over curveballs and watching him leave the park, the guy who was throwing BBs inside and then throwing the breaking ball in the outside corner. So like to see it's just gonna be interesting to see what that's happened. 3-3. Are we gonna catch the Brewers? Probably not. We do still have 7 games left with them. If we could win 5 of those games and put us back in position, that's fine. We were within what 2.5, 3 games at one point, and it's not that we've played terrible, but the Brewers just keep rolling. So
But on the other side of that, they can't shake you guys. As good as they've been this year, you guys have had some like been on hot streaks, and then you got cold for a while, but you're still within striking distance. And that says a lot about the Cubs and Council and your roster and the depth of your team. All that pitching. If that happened to the Cardinals, we'd be 35 games back right now. So I get a lot of respect, and you guys are starting to hit the all coming together at the right time. This could be a special year. I don't want to put no jinxes on you or nothing, but this could be a real special year for you guys are the Brewers. So I'm excited for the Central. The Cardinals, the Pirates, and Reds, we've been falling way back. But you guys are on the sprint down the stretch here. It's going to be fun to watch.
yeah, if we don't make it to the league championship series, it will be a disappointment. We are built to go that far and even farther, but we are built to get through these first 2 rounds. Last year we got through the Padres, and we took the Brewers to a 5th game. So we were pretty close, and I think we're a much better team this year. I don't. It's going to be fascinating. So that's my Cub news.
That PCA versus Otani thing at the end is going to be fun to watch too. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I feel like I talk about PC every week, so I purposely avoid
Hey, praise him. It's a joy to watch. Of course, I'm watching the Cardinals, but if the Cubs are playing a late game, I turn over there. And man, that guy's always in the middle of everything. The rallies, squashing a rally of the other team. He is having that MVP year this year. He's been in everything, every highlight.
So Friday at the fair, I put the Cub game on my phone, and to lead off the game, I'm there. Kathy's there. My brother-in-law's there. My other brother-in-law's there, and my nephew's there. And PCA leads off the game with a home run, and I hold up the phone. I said, "There it was." Okay, he did it again, and my brother-in-law Robert said, "What's that?" I said, "PCA just hit a home run." He said, "Who's that?" I thought, what rock have you been living under?
Yeah, come on.
Jeez. Oh, we are going to do something a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give JJ a chance to show his chops.
That I always say. Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay,
I got paper and a pencil here.
I'm going to give. These are just National League. In a week or two, we'll do the American League. But you can't cheat. And
I swear. Yeah.
So,
I don't even know what the questions are. Swear to y'all.
I haven't pretty easy. I'm going to name a team, and you tell me their top 3 home run hitters.
All time?
All time.
Okay.
Okay. So you can get 45 points total because there's there's a point for each one. Okay. And there are 45 players since we got 15 teams. Okay. So if you get them in order, and I'm going to give you a chance to get them in order, you just name the first 3, and then we'll try to do an order. For every time you get them in order, you get a bonus. So I'm going to see if you can top 50. I think you can do it. 50 points. Okay.
I'll do my best. I promise.
And now if I say like the Toledo Mud Hens and you get 2 of the 3, you don't get a chance to, do them in order because you didn't get them. But
that's right. But I get 2 points then, right? If I get 2 of the 3, I get 2 points. Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to start with the Atlanta Braves. JJ, can you name the top 3 home run hitters in Braves history?
All right. Well, of course, I think the greatest home run hitter ever, Henry Aaron, number 1.
Very good.
Number 2, now, let me think. They have long history. Uh,
Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. That's a long history.
that's a long history, and I'm probably going to stay away from Boston, Milwaukee. You know, Milwaukee. Eddie Matthews.
Eddie Matthews is number 2.
All right. Number 3, a guy who played his whole career there. I'm going to stick with him. Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones is number 3. You get
Hey,
4 points.
hey.
How about that?
How about that? I did all right.
All right.
Eddie Matthews was I wasn't for sure on him.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Okay, Arizona. All right. I'm going to say one guy played a long time there, so I think he's in the top 3, but I don't think Paul Goldschmidt,
Paul Goldschmidt.
number 1. Oh,
No,
I'm
not
gonna
number 1.
oh, not number 1. I'm going to say Luis Gonzalez.
Luis Gonzalez is on here.
Oh, one more. Who would that be? I don't think anybody who's on the roster right now. So they have to hit these home runs in the Arizona uniform,
Yes.
right? Okay. Who would that third guy be? Arizona. Well, them guys didn't play very long there. I was thinking, I'm not picking these guys, but I was thinking of like Matt Williams, but he wasn't on a team long enough, so I'm going to not say him. First base and outfielder, probably. Maybe a third baseman. Marte? Can I put Marte?
Kentel Marte. Now, can you put
I didn't
these
get
in
him
order?
Okay. Oh, can I do them in order?
Yeah. Who's
Luis
first?
Gonzalez played the longest there, so I'd say Luis is
Gonzalez
first.
was first.
I'd say Goldschmidt second, and
Second.
Marte third.
You get 4 more points. Look at you, man.
Yeah, all right. Starting
All
off all right.
All right. The Chicago Cubs.
Chicago. All right. Well, in the early 1900s, home runs, especially Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, people weren't hitting as many home runs. So I'm going to say, because he played there forever, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks.
Ernie Banks
512?
I think
he's
512.
I think he's
Yes.
512 home runs. Okay. Then I want to say Billy Williams.
Billy Williams is on the list.
All right. So now I got to kind of think, there was guys. Oh, what am I thinking? Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa's on the list. Can now you put them in order?
Ooh. Well, I'm going to go Ernie first because he played his whole career there. So I'll say Ernie first, Sosa second, and Billy Williams third. Am I close?
Sosa first, 545 home runs as a Cub. Banks 512. Williams 392.
All right.
To put that in perspective, with the Braves, Aaron had 733, Matthews 493, Chipper 468. Listen to Arizona. Their top home run hitter, Gonzalez 224, Goldschmidt 209, Marte 189.
Yeah.
So
they've been around since the 90s, I think. So
yeah.
I kind of understand that one.
All right. Cincinnati Reds.
The Cincinnati Reds. Okay, you got to go Johnny Bench is in the top 3.
Bench is number 1.
All right. Bench. Another guy that played there forever, but he wasn't so much a home run hitter. But Cincinnati has been a place you can knock the ball out of there. I'm going to say Barry Larkin.
Barry Larkin is not on the list.
Okay, so I'm kind of free on my last one. I'm not saying this. I got Griffey back there, but he didn't play long enough with them. Griffey's a home run hitter, but I just don't believe he played long enough with the Reds. Joey Votto.
Joey Votto is number 2.
All right.
Bench 389, Votto 356. And number 3, I don't think I would have got either. Frank Robinson actually hit 324 as a Red. So you
thought of him, but he split his time with Baltimore. So
I didn't realize he hit that many with the Reds. So
I didn't realize either. Tony Perez is another guy you might throw in that mix. I thought Tony Perez did a lot of it there.
Yeah, he did.
I got 2 points on Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was thinking Jay Bruce. He was a heck of a player.
Yeah, I think he only played like 5 years there. Yeah, he was
really.
The
it seemed
big
like
star.
He played forever.
Yeah, I saw when I went to Cincinnati, it was Jay Bruce everything on that, billboards, and then he was traded within a couple of years, and I was like, well, I thought he was going to be around forever. Yeah.
How about the Colorado Rockies?
All right, Colorado, Colorado
Colorado
Rockies.
Rockies.
All right, I'm going to go Larry Walker.
Larry Walker is on our list.
He didn't. That's before they put the ball in that special device
In the humidor, yes.
in the humidor. Yes, Larry Walker. Okay, they had four guys, but and Walker was one of them. Colorado. Well, Nolan Arenado.
Not on the list.
Oh, I would have thought for sure. Okay, I'll say they had a Juan. Didn't they have a Juan Gonzalez too? I'm on Juan Gonzalez. Gon was it Gonzalez? Well, they had Charlie Blackmon too that played
Carlos
forever. Carlos
Carlos Gonzalez.
Yes, that's him. Carlos Gonzalez. Is he on
Okay.
there?
No, he's not on here.
Okay. I got one.
You got one. The all-time Colorado home run leader is Todd Helton with 369. Larry Walker has 258. How can you miss a Vinny Castillo? 239.
Well,
He had 39 to dingers. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, they had Bichette, and then they had him, Castillo, and then Galarraga and Walker. Them four guys were deadly.
Yeah.
I forgot Todd Helton just went to the Hall of Fame too not long ago. Oh,
Yep.
man.
The Los Angeles Dodgers / Brooklyn Dodgers.
They had a lot of power hitters, but they didn't stick. Like Reggie Smith wasn't there very long. Dusty played there, but he didn't not a long time. Could Duke Schneider?
Duke Snyder is number one.
You all right? Steve Garvey?
No.
No, on Steve Garvey. Mike Piazza?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then
these would have been hard. Garvey didn't. He only hit like 200 home run as a Dodger.
he hit him against us. He hit him against the Cardinals.
I was surprised when I read the list how far
Yeah.
Garvey was down. I thought, I thought he hit more than that.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Gil Hodges. Well, Snyder had 389. Gil Hodges had 361. I would have never got this. You could have had me for a half an hour. I would have never got this. Third on the Dodgers, former Cub Eric Karros.
I wouldn't have thought of him.
270 home runs.
Wow.
And I knew he had some good years, but the Dodgers weren't that great when he was there.
Yeah.
But he just quietly hit 270 home runs with them. So
I'll be darned. But they had so many guys that played there for like 6 years, or
yeah,
they went other places. So golly, I didn't even think of that.
How about this one? The Miami Marlins. You talk about players that don't stick around for long.
All right. I'm just going to think of their stars. I'm thinking of the guys that really just came out, and it don't seem like some of these guys played there very long. I love Pudge Rodriguez, but he wasn't there very long. Golly. Well, Miguel Cabrera, was he there long enough to get on that list?
He is not on the list.
All right. Council played there for a while, but he's not a home run hitter. I would have thought Sheffield would have been on that. Or I don't think I said Sheffield.
You haven't.
I said Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
Can I say Gary Sheffield? Was he on the list?
Sheffield is not on the list.
Oh my gosh, I could go a big sombrero here. Let me just think. Who played there a long time? Jeff Conine?
Not on the list.
Oh, he played there a long time.
Number 1, Giancarlo Stanton, 267 home runs. Number 2, Dan Uggla, 154 home runs.
I wouldn't have got that one.
No, I wouldn't have got number 3 either. Hanley Ramirez, 148 home runs.
I like Hanley, but I didn't think he was a home run guy. I should have got Stanton. I apologize.
It's been so long since he's played there, though. It's been like 6-7 years now. You kind of forget he's a Marlin because, honestly, they weren't good when he was there. So who watched the Marlins play?
No, just when the Cardinals played him. That was it.
Yeah. The Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, the
slash
Brewers.
Seattle Pilots.
All right. I'm not going to put any pilots in there. To
I will give
anybody's
you a hint. There's no
surprise.
pilots on
There's,
this list.
there's
They
no
all crashed.
pilots. Would Ryan Braun be on that list?
Braun is number 1.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Played a long time there, so I just think he put up some numbers but he wasn't so much a home run guy. Aaron played there, but only 2 years. But I'm going to put Robin Yount because he just played there forever.
Yount is number 2.
All right.
Look at JJ redeem himself.
Yeah, I'm redeeming myself right there. You know, I got names like Larry Heisel, but he didn't play there a long time because he split time with another team. Gorman, but I don't know, and Cooper. Sal Bando was there, but he didn't play a long, long time there. Other people kind of came and went. They had an MVP with Yelich. I might go Yelich. Could it be Yelich, the third
It
one?
is not Yelich.
It
is Prince Fielder.
Oh my gosh, I should have remembered that. Cecil Prince.
Braun hit 352 home runs. Without the roids, that would have been about 28. Yount played and hit 251 home runs, and Fielder hit 230 home runs.
He'd always take that shirt off when they won. He'd be, okay, we're coming home or something. He'd take the shirt back.
Yeah, too bad injuries.
Yeah.
Just kind of screw it short. The New York Mets.
Okay. Number 1, I know Pete Alonso, just before he left, he took over the top spot.
Alonso was number 1.
And he beat out Strawberry.
Strawberry is number 2.
Now, the question is, who is number 3? Played a long time there, but I'm not going to say this guy, but I was a big David Wright fan, but he got hurt there at the end, so I'm going to put him on the on-deck circle. Let me think of who else played there a long time. Soto hasn't been there long enough probably to catch the number 3 guy. Early days, Ed Kranepool played there forever. Willie Mays played there, some, but not a long. I don't think he played there long enough. Could I say Mike Piazza? Mike Piazza?
You can say Mike Piazza.
Is it Mike Piazza?
No. It's David Wright.
Oh, Brian, I love you, Dave. I'm so sorry.
Alonso, 264 home runs. Strawberry, 252 home runs. And David Wright, 242 home runs.
God, I love David Wright. Good player. Love that guy.
Man, that he was easily a Hall of Famer if he wouldn't have got injured.
I know. He was the face of that team, and he played hard, and I just admired that guy. Yeah.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, you gotta go Michael Jack Schmidt right there.
Michael Jack is number 1.
Yeah. Okay. Got to play there a long time. Well, hang on. Philadelphia's people can knock the ball out of that park. Who's on the team? Okay, I'm kind of trying to put that. Played there a long time. Richie Ashburn, did he get 3? Was he enough to be on the 3rd spot? Oh, okay. I got to go Bryce Harper. Then he's in the top 3. No. Oh.
Number 1, Mike Schmidt, 248 home runs. Number 2, from St. Louis, Missouri, Ryan Howard, 382 home runs. And number 3 at 259 home runs, Dale Ennis.
I wouldn't have got that one.
No, I wouldn't have either.
Dale Ennis, I wouldn't. I should have got Ryan Howard. That's just like the Prince Fielder one there. I don't know how it slipped through the gates there.
Well. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right. You got to go Willie Stargell.
Number 1.
Willie.
475 home runs for one franchise. Not bad.
Not bad. Okay. Thinking of the eras. Okay. Fastest guy to 300 home runs. Hang on. I'm thinking of the whole thing now in total. Let me think about the guys recently and everything. Guys don't usually stick around there now. Clemente played his whole career there. I'm gonna think about him. Parker, you gotta think of Dave Parker. I'm gonna go Dave Parker. Is he in the top?
Not
3?
on the list.
Oh, and Ralph Kiner. I was the
Ralph
other guy.
Kiner's number 2.
1 and 2 I got. Okay.
301 home runs. Number 3, and I wouldn't have guessed this. The guy's still playing.
Oh, fine. It's a Pittsburgh Pirate. McCutcheon?
McCutcheon, 248 home runs.
I didn't realize that. Well,
Yeah,
good for him.
yeah, awesome. Oh, the San Diego Padres.
All right. San Diego Padres. I know there's going to be somebody I forget here. I know they've had some MVPs. Uh, guys now.
And
Someone who didn't play that.
I will let you know the Padres, their career home run leader only has 218. And then it goes way down from there for 2 or 3. So,
Wow. Well, I'm going to say Dave Winfield then.
no, not on the list.
Dave Winfield did not get on the list.
No.
God, they have a big first baseman. I know McCovey played there for a little while. Oh, could I go Will Clark? Is Will Clark? Oh, that's Giants. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking I messed up. I was thinking McCovey played there a little while, and he was a Giant, and I got my Giants screwed up. Okay, hang on. Padres. Play there. I don't think it was second baseman. He was an MVP. Who else? I'm trying to think of the baseball cards and guys that's playing. Who am I forgetting? Tony Gwynn played there a long time. I'm gonna go Tony Gwynn. Is he a top 3?
He's not on there, but he's close. He really is.
It was like Yout. He played there so long, I thought he ran into the third most or something like that. So I'm really 2 people. This guy split time with Houston, so I'm kind of scared to say him. Nate Colbert?
Nate Colburn is number 3.
Hey, all right. I remember he had a lot of home runs. Played there a while.
The career home run leader for the San Diego Padres is already Manny Machado with 218.
Really? Already?
Second is Tatis Jr. with 169.
Oh, see, I just didn't think they played long enough.
I know. When I looked at the Padres and I was looking this up, I thought, is that true? Is that real?
I am a freak. I missed Machado and Tatis Jr., but I get Nate Colbert. What the heck's going on?
Yeah. So,
I'm old.
The San Francisco Giants.
All right. And that's the New York Giants, too. So you got to go Willie Mays.
Willie Mays is number 1.
Yeah. I think 660 home runs. All right. After that.
All three of these players have a lot of home runs.
Willie McCovey hit a lot of home runs. I got to go Willie Mack.
Not on the list.
Oh, a lot of home runs. Oh, Barry Bonds. What the heck am I
Barry Bonds, number 2.
Okay, I got 2 of the 3.
And Mel Ott, number 3.
Mel Ott. Oh, the great Mel Ott.
Mays, 646 home runs as a Giant. Bonds, 586 as a Giant. Mel Ott, 511 as a Giant.
That's amazing.
No other franchise is that close, by the way.
My God, that's fantastic.
And this is a team that's been in San Francisco, California, 2 stadiums that are not home run friendly for the last, 65, 70 years. So, wow. St. Louis Cardinals.
All right. I know the first 2. The first 2 are easy. Stan Man Musial, because he played there
he's
forever.
not on the list.
Oh, what the heck? And Albert Pujols.
He's
number
2.
3, you would want to say, because we're not a home run hitting team. We had a home run leader with Mize. He did it 1 year. And then, you had Big Mac, of course. But I think somebody passed up Mac because he didn't play there very long. I don't know, Big Mac got 3rd. So I got to think about that for a long time. Langford played there a long time. And he racked up some home run years. Roland. Okay, I'm thinking around here. Cepeda didn't play long enough with the Cardinals. Boyer played a lot.
You're going to kick yourself.
Okay. Other guy. Look at that. I tell you what, I know our top 10. I've seen that list 100 times, the top 10, but I'm trying to think of number three.
I'll give you a hint.
Huh.
I shouldn't because it's the Cardinals. I'll give you a
I
hint. You've
okay.
mentioned him.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah, well, no,
Oh,
just now when you were thinking and rattling off names in your head, you mentioned him.
Ray Langford?
No,
No.
Kenny Boyer,
Kenny Boyer. I love Kenny Boyer.
255.
Golly. I'm ashamed of myself. Now an Oriole. It's going to be one Cub, one Oriole, and one beer.
It just doesn't seem to have the ring.
No.
Uh, finally, the Washington Nationals / Montreal Expos.
Oh, okay. We got Montreal in there. Okay. And had a dude in that uniform. Zimmerman played a long time there, but Harper had some great years. Soto played there. Um, okay, I'm going to say Juan Soto would have to be in the top three.
He is not.
Bryce Harper in the top three?
He is not.
Oh, Andre Dawson.
Andre Dawson is number 3.
Okay. Is Ryan Zimmerman one of the top three?
Ryan Zimmerman is number 1 with
Played forever.
284. Number 2 is Vladimir Guerrero Sr. with 234 and Andre Dawson with the 225.
That was a man. I went out with a whimper. I'm like the Cardinals. Came out strong and then died with a whimper down the stretch. Golly. I was throwing names around. I was thinking of the Expos, Moises Alou, Gary Carter. I was just going through all the names, the great, and the two best home run hitters I think the Nationals have had is Soto and Harper. So I thought, what the heck? They probably hit a lot of home runs. Well, my gosh, Vince, what was my final tally?
You had 29 points.
Okay,
Pretty good.
okay.
Yeah, this is hard. Some of the stuff just Frank Robinson, I was like, wow, I didn't think he hit that many home runs. Eric Carroll surprised me.
Yes.
The Marlins one was stupidly hard. And the Padres was almost ridiculous. Nobody's
I got Nate Colbert. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't think those other two guys had been there long enough to pass all the other players that played in the Padre uniform.
So I thought that would be fun to do every now and
Oh,
then.
I enjoyed it, man. It made me think and remember some of these great players through the years. Thank you, Vince. I enjoyed that.
Oh, no problem. JJ, I am opening up one more.
The last.
I think I've actually got 3 more left, but it's the last in this one.
All right.
The 89 tops.
I have 2021. It's got, speaking of Tatis, there he is, Tatis Jr. The 2021 Series 2 cards. There's 14 cards in here. And see what happens in 2021. There is no Hall of Famers because they haven't played long. I missed you making a grid the other day. They said, name a Hall of Famer that did this. And I said, Albert Pujols. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. And I was like, what an idiot. I couldn't believe I didn't. Caught me off guard.
I'll go first, and I'll say I'll have one Hall of Famer.
I'm going to price this right. Yeah, I'm going to go 2.
I thought you were going to say 1.1. Okay. For the Indians, infielder Luis Medina.
I don't remember him.
Don't remember him either.
Yeah.
Oh, who can't forget this guy? He started playing in the dead ball era and he finished in the steroid era. For the Indians, Julio Franco.
Oh, yeah, with that batting stance, the magic one, there you go.
Oh, World Series hero for the New York Mets, the great Mookie Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
This guy had kids for the Padres, catcher Mark Parent. See what I did there? Oh, good left-hander out of the bullpen for the Mets, also play for the Brewers. And In that seventh game of the World Series in 1982, Keith Hernandez got a hit off of him, Mr. Bob McClure.
Yeah, Bob had a nice long career.
Uh, for the Yankees, we have guy for a 5-year stretch was as good as they get, Don Mattingly.
Funny baseball.
For the Orioles, we have outfielder, or excuse me, third baseman Craig Worthington.
I don't know him.
For the Expos, we have the cousin of Doc Gooden, a guy who could throw just as hard as Doc. He just didn't have the curveball. Floyd Yeomans.
Yes, he was very good
Ooh,
for a
former
short time.
Cardinal, former Met. I always liked this player. Greg Jeffries.
I did too. He got the most of the little spark plug.
For the Brewers, we have DH Joey Myers.
I remember him.
For the Giants, we have pitcher Trevor Wilson.
Okay,
Hall of Famer,
one right there.
the original Pudge,
Oh, Carlton Fisk.
Carlton Fisk.
I love Fisk. I love Fisk.
I had forgotten this guy played with the Yankees. Former All-Star pitcher, pitched for the Pirates, the Angels, apparently the Yankees. Who else did he pitch for? The Mets. I forgot about that. The Candyman, Mr. John Candelaria.
Yeah, I don't remember him with the Yankees either, or the Mets.
Oh, and this guy was projected to be a star and it just never panned out. He played in the lean years in the Bronx. Outfielder Roberto Kelly.
Okay.
So I got my one Hall of Famer.
You hit it bullseye. Well, no Hall of Famers here, and Vince, we may have a problem. They put the names on here so small and in red letters. I'm in trouble. This is 2021 cards. I may make up names here. I don't know. So here we go. Nice cards though. The 2021s. I don't think I have any at all. Vince Vesquez, right
Vince
there. It
Ves-
looks. If I was just making up a name, I'd say Charlie Hudson. That could be Charlie Hudson right there. But man, he looks good. The uniforms, everything. 2021. Okay, let's see if I can read these names. Vince, I can't read that name, but here it's a pirate pitcher.
I can't.
I know
That
they're
is a
so
pirate
small.
pitcher.
I got Vince. I've come to the conclusion I have to buy me some glasses so I can read these darn baseball cards that keep getting smaller every year. Oh, the Cardinal team card, and somebody is hugging Yadier Molina. That's the 2021 Cardinals, and I can see Mike Maddox, the pitching coach. And look, Vince, they're wearing masks. The COVID was
Oh
still.
yeah.
Remember when they had the people cutouts in the stands? You could
Yeah.
pay and get your picture in the stands. Boy, that was
They'd pipe in cheering and stuff like
yeah.
that.
And they were playing in front of nobody. That was just crazy. Okay, they have an Angels card and bring it back. We talked about the Angels today. There is Trout coming in, Otani, and I don't know who that is. Might be Pujols over there, congratulating them for hitting a home run. What? Three bigger stars I don't remember on a single team. That was something. Okay, Atlanta Brave. I don't know who this is, Vince, but here he is. There he is. That young guy right there. There we go. It's focused in now. Pretty nice. Have no clue who that is. We'll call him Glenn Hubbard. There's Glenn Hubbard.
That was Hank Aaron, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Now this I didn't think I'd ever see, and I can't. Oh, it's DD Gregarious.
Yeah, DD Gregarious.
And he's playing with a mask on. Who I don't remember them actually playing with the mask on, but
Yeah,
maybe
I
don't.
remember that. Yeah.
You remember that? Hard for me to remember that now. You mentioned this guy tonight, Atlanta. Here he is with the Atlanta, Mike Soroka.
Yeah. Such a
Brief
great
time
start
with
to his career and just
Yeah.
injuries.
He at one time he was like the number 2 pitcher on the maybe the Yankees. Zach Eflin of the Phillies, right there.
Oh, there he is.
There he is coming off the mound. All right, we have. Oh my gosh, back with the Marlins again. We talked about how people don't. Jazz Chisholm right there with the Marlins.
Yeah.
How about that? Man, they've had so much great talent come through there, but they They don't stick around very long.
Remember when he said he was going to hit 50 home runs this year?
50-50 club. I haven't kept track, but I don't know where he's at. Is he 10
He's
10
got his
yet?
work cut out for him.
He's going to get hot that man September. You better look out. Walk that guy every time. Okay. Seattle Mariner, JP Crawford, and he's been up there for a while.
Yeah.
This is 5 years later, and there he is still with that team, a big part of the team. Had a nice career so far. Boston Red Sox, Jackie Bradley Jr. There he is.
Former
And look
Cub.
at that. Nobody in the stands.
Yep.
Kind of sad. That was a crazy year. And we only played like 60 games that year, too. I cannot read. Maybe you can make that out. A Padre pitcher, but I can't make out who that is.
That's Randy Jones.
Randy Jones. Oh, the great Randy Jones. And finally, Jose Iglesias. To all the girls I've loved before. There he is. Shortstop, Jose Iglesias. Very nice. Anyway, so that's that set. I got some very good players, some players we forgot was on teams. We get to reminisce about the COVID season right there.
All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. I know
Thank
I
you.
did.
I did.
I mean, who wouldn't have enjoyed this?
Baseball, Tuesday night, hour and a half. Vince Opper and his sidekick JJ. What a fun day.
You know, if you reach your hand through the screen, I will give you a free hot dog.
Oh, how about
No
that?
matter
It's like a
when
Neil
you're
Diamond
watching.
song. It's like that, reach out your hand, to the man. What's that song? Hot August Nights, I think it is. He does that whole speech in there.
All you have to do is when you're watching this, reach your hand through the screen, and I will personally hand deliver you a hot dog.
How about that? Hey.
Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you.